You are not good enough. Yeah. You don't have enough experience. Honey, if you're pregnant, you can't leave. Oh, girl, you're too loud. Can we get white girl Jane? You're just not Christian enough. You need to be softer. See, all of those things, I could not believe that I started believing them. And I was so wrong. I was so wrong. And I will tell you right now that it didn't matter how hard I worked when I was in corporate America. It didn't matter how many degrees I went after, because, when she was getting her bachelor's, she decided to get a concentration, and then I decided to get an MBA, and I got a concentration in that too. Like, 2 years of your master's was not enough. You had to get another year. And if that wasn't enough to prove to people that what I believed in myself was to be true, I had to get another master's. So yeah, 2. Just to show people and prove, like I had something to prove to myself that who I told myself on the inside was not what people told me who I was. And I started really allowing what other people would say about me to become me. And I started believing that. As women, we still lack belief. 73% of women, by the time that they reach 20 years old, they already lack confidence. By the time you're 20, guys, by the time you're 20, your confidence is lost at 70%. So 25%, man, you're going out into the real world adulting, and by the time that you start going into your 30s and your 40s, what happens then? There's a study that was really popular, that got really, really big and got really viral around the pandemic. And there was a study that showed that on one side, they had plants, and on the other side, same plants, same exact plants. On one side, they nurtured them, they told them how amazing they were, they watered them, they fertilized them, they spoke into those plants. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm always speaking life into my puppies. I'm like, oh, you're so cute, baby girl, you're so cute. And then I turn around and I'm like, oh, girl, you're too much. Girl, Phoebe, you are so much, Phoebe. You're just too much. And it's funny because I catch myself saying that, and I catch myself realizing that that's what's been spoken to me. And on the other hand, you had these plants, on the other hand, on the other side, where they talk negative and down to over and over and over again. And so these plants withered and died, while the other ones thrived. So if science isn't enough, because I'm a woman of faith here, there's scripture that says that you need to renew your mind. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. What are those negative beliefs that you've been hearing about yourself that you've allowed to transform you and who you really are? So keep that in mind, guys. Because if you allow those things, you start believing them. But here at Siphon, here at ABWA, we believe in ourselves, we believe in one another, we believe in ABWA. You all have our one sheet on your tables, for those of you that are visitors, we believe in our mission and we believe in our vision. I can tell you, when I came to ABWA 7 years ago, guys, I'm trying to keep it together. Because I got a call this morning from an ABWA sister, and she was telling me how proud she was of me. When I came to ABWA 7 years ago, she was the president-elect, and she was a woman who really made an impact in my life and an impression in my life. And I remember looking at her and saying, oh, Jessica, what are all of those things you've got going down your badge? And she's like, oh, well, you know, when you become this, and when you do this at ABWA, and when you go to conference, and when you all this stuff. And I was like, wow, one day, maybe I can do that too. And here, women like Sherry Kendrick, and Nicole Travis, and Debbie Berry, and Michelle Becker, who don't just tell you, oh girl, you got this. No, it's not a you got this. It's a, you're gonna do this. This is how we see you. Yeah, they believe, before you even believe in yourself, they already believe the outcome for your life. Someone who reminds me all the time to not discount myself, to remember who I am. You know who you are? And it's so important to believe in yourself. Because if we don't believe in ourselves, this is what happens. This is the downside of not believing in what, if I don't believe what Wendy says about me, or Cherry, or Nicole, imagine the downside of it. It takes root, and it starts forming this new identity, this false identity. It forces you to believe lies about yourself that were never true. Because we weren't born that way. We weren't born, oh girl, she's too loud, or oh, you don't have experience. When you're born, there's no such thing as you don't have enough experience, baby. There isn't, right? And also, if we don't have a place where we can believe or allow others to believe in themselves and grow themselves, it creates barriers to trying new activities, pursuing goals, and ultimately reducing the quality of life and fulfillment. I remember the movie Schindler's List. If you guys haven't seen it, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And Oscar Schindler says, I wish I could have done more. And I don't want to be that person either, where I can say, I wish I could have done more for my sister. I wish I could have poured into my sister and said, Ashley, you can do social media, girl. It's not that hard. I'm going to help you. Not the conversation we had earlier. But that small little, you can do this too. I've got you. If you need me to stand behind you and hold you, I'm here for you, and you can do this. So what lies have you believed about yourself? I want you to take stickies and write those lies in those stickies. And there's so many lies that I have myself, that I believe about myself, to the point where, yeah, guys, I know I'm laughing. But to a point where it really started shifting who I really was at the core. It really started changing me. It started making me downplay myself, lower my voice, minimize myself, because I didn't want to hear it. You're so loud. I mean, as Mexicans, we are very loud. But when you have women in a room that believe in you, like the women that I just mentioned, you know what happens? When you have this group of women that do that, you start feeling like you belong. Like there's a place for you where you can truly and just be you. I don't have, like I've seen a couple of people take off their wig and stuff, and I was like, well, what can I take off? I don't really have much to take off. I was like, well, that was Sarah Jakes Roberts. But it's really important to create these spaces, ladies and gentlemen. It's important to be the people that allow the belief to take root, the belief to grow, the belief to get nurtured. And one of the biggest reasons why is because when we allow that to happen, we create a safe space, a place where you can feel supported, a space, there's so many people that say out there, girl, just, my authentic self, be authentic. But let me tell you, you cannot be authentic and be just you raw if there's not a place where you feel belong. Where you feel belonging, you feel secure. Where you feel belonging, you feel empowered, and you feel free to just be yourself. And it's so nice to just be you and not to be putting up fronts. The downside to that is that in other spaces, I've been in other associations where it was about being the only woman, the only marketer. Like, I'm the only marketer in this room. I mean, yes, we have security here, but in that room, that's the way it was. Or I'm the only insurance agent, nobody else. Or I'm the only person that does this. Nobody else can do it like this. Or no one can do it, only these people can do it. And so what happens is, when you have that, when you don't have a belonging, and you have that type of competition spirit, it shifts the culture of the group completely. And what happens is, some people are included, or if you're the flavor of the month, because, if you were the flavor of the month, you were okay with the president. Again, not AWA, different organization. And so what happened is, those people that were not the flavor of the month, they no longer felt belonging. And what happens at the end of that is that you end up feeling unworthy. That no matter how much you contribute, no matter how much you support in that group, no matter how many times you show up in that group, you're not valued. And that's why it's so important for us to create belonging and inclusivity. Did you guys know that 1 out of every 3 women fears going to networking groups? For fear of belonging. For fear of belonging. I can tell you, last week, I was with my girlfriend. We decided to go to the Houston Chamber of Commerce. I'm like, so cringe. I don't want to go. Hey. I was like, I don't want to go. Had I had to go by myself, the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. Had I had to go by myself, I probably wouldn't have showed up. Especially because, for those of you that know me, you know that I don't like to be talked to before 10 a.m. I don't like to talk to people before 10 a.m. I need my Jesus time, and that's the only person I talk to. And Nicole, yes. That's so true, so true. Nicole, yeah, because I will reply to Nicole. And I'm like, Stacey, I don't want to go. And she's like, Jessica, get your ticket. Okay, so here I go. I signed up, show up, and let me tell you, because I was with my wing woman, it felt better. It felt like we both belonged. We really empowered each other to be in the room and to feel like, okay, we got this. We ended up with so many partners that had already booked one-on-ones on our calendar that I was like, dang, man, we need to come do this more often. But there's what's called a belonging anxiety. How many of you guys have felt imposter syndrome? And believe me, I do all the time. Did you guys know that, and I'm sorry to say this, but imposter syndrome is BS. It's BS. You know what it is? It's belonging anxiety manifesting. And so people are like, oh girl, the imposter syndrome. No, it's just this anxiety you feel about going somewhere where you feel like you're not going to belong, and you increase this fear, and this fear starts festering up in here, and you're like, I don't want to go, I don't want to do it, I just don't want to do that. And 33% of women in networking fear not belonging. In groups that are diverse and offer mentorship like we do here, support like we do here, we see higher attendance. That's what the statistics show. It's not because, yes, we are very cool. But we're not the largest league in the nation just because. It's because there's belonging. And that as soon as you walk in, Ashley, you're a visitor. How do you feel when you come here? And it's because I'm sure you probably came in here thinking, I don't want to go, but I got invited because my girlfriend told me that she told me I better come.
Well, she wanted lunch. Woo!
And then you want the lunch. Then you want the lunch and you have to come, right? It's like, dang, I gotta come back, right? But how did that make you feel? Did you have less belonging anxiety?
It helped that I knew a couple of people, but now I know a lot more since I've even been here a couple times. And
Yeah.
Yes.
It does help. It helps so much. Because we want to feel, and we want to create that space, and we want to feel belonging. I want you to right now reflect on a time where there was a moment that you didn't feel like you belonged. Even at work, when I was at Stila Cosmetics, my boss, my whole dream was to make it to the marketing department. That was my whole dream. Man, I'm going to get all these degrees, I'm going to get into the marketing department, and one day I'm going to be the VP of marketing at Stila Cosmetics. I'm going to be the chief marketing officer. I had already finished my second master's. And my boss, Charles Miller, he grabs me, he's like, come on, let's go. And so we end up, and we're at the door of the marketing department. And he's like, hey, so I just wanted to let you guys know that, Jade just graduated with her master's, her second master's. And instead of, because everyone knew at Stila that that's what my ultimate goal was to work in the marketing department. And instead of saying, Jade, well, come in and sit with us and talk about, what you'd like to do, or, something. You would think that women that I've worked with for over 10 years would tell you, come on in. Guess what they said to me? Oh, she's got more degrees than all of us put together in this room. And they brushed it off and kept on talking. A company that I dedicated 12 whole years of my life, and I still didn't feel like I belonged. When you have a place where you belong, you start getting on this path of finally becoming who you were meant to be. Becoming is so important for women. Women who cultivate strong networks and engage in purposeful development are statistically more successful, achieve higher positions, and overcome greater career challenges than those that do not. And building a close inner network of women increases the likelihood of your success. And it provides women access to opportunities and advice, and it brings down those barriers. At ABWA, that's something that we do here for you. They help you become, like I said earlier, you probably don't believe it, but they see it before you do. They see you're becoming before you even believe or see your own becoming. I remember I got news this week, and I was sharing with Sherry, and I was telling her about the news. And the first thing that came out of Sherry's mouth was not "you got this," because we don't want to hear "you got this," was "girl, don't discount yourself." And I received it and I said, yes, you're right. I need to stop listening to all of those negative lies. And I need to uproot them and get them out. So that I can become the woman that I have always wanted to be. Who do you want to become? She's in there. Don't stop dreaming because someone else told you or someone else fed negative lies into your life that took root. Do you believe in yourself? Do you? I don't hear anyone.
Yes.
Wait. Do you believe in yourself?
Yes.
How can you be someone's yes when all they've heard is no? Are you that woman?
Yes.
Are you the woman that is someone else's yes when all she's ever heard is no? How many of you in here want to be a yes woman to someone else? To the other women in this room? Yes. Not only do we want to believe in ourselves, we want to be the woman that you want to be the Sherry Kendrick. You want to be the Nicole Travis. You want to be the Debbie Berry. You want to be Michelle Becker. You want to be Wendy Bowser. Those are the women that you want to be. The woman that says yes to you. That is your yes person. That is the person that supports you. Your person that's behind you. 100%. How can we get you at SciFed? How can I help you? How can my board help you? How can you help each other become the woman that you've always dreamed of becoming? And at ABWA, we have 4 tenets. Leadership. This is a safe space to develop leadership. I will tell you, when I told Rose, you're going to open the very first meeting, she's like, but if we don't allow other women and we don't give them the push they need, they don't get the confidence they need to start becoming the leaders that they have always been inside. At ABWA, that is something we do really well. We create a space of leadership. We educate you through Apex, through our monthly meetings. A monthly meeting, this topic right here is for best practice. We have to fulfill a best practice. We have about 12 topics. One of them is leadership. This talk today will fulfill and check off the leadership box. You're not coming to just come and eat food. You're coming because you're getting education. We don't go to a national conference just for the rah-rah. We go because there's education. because we earn continuing education credits at national conference. And not only that, but we allow you a safe space to belong, where you can network without that anxiety building up and making you say, I'll just stay home today. And then there's also national recognition. We recognize your accomplishments, we recognize your achievements. Heck, Wendy Bowser is our Woman of the Year, not just here, but also for Fort Bend County. It's how crazy is it that you are a Woman of the Year at 2 of the leagues? That you're that woman. How amazing it is to be part of an association that gives you national recognition, because guess what? At the end of the day, everyone wants to hear, you're doing really good, actually. And I'm really proud of you. You know, when Sherry tells me, oh, I can't get this done or something, babe, you're doing so good. I'm so proud of you. Same thing with Tina. I'm so proud of you, Tina. When we went to your event for your Hope Benefit Foundation, at the end of the event, I said, Tina, I am so proud of you. It's not just the national titles that we get, it's about recognizing all of the small things and recognizing our women and empowering our women and telling them, I see you. Here is the space where you can believe, belong, and become. When you believe, when we believe in ourselves and each other, we grow. When we belong to a sisterhood, we rise together. When we become, we step fully into the leaders that we are called to be. And this year, I want you guys to rally behind me. Let's believe bigger, belong deeper, and become stronger. I'm your president this year. Does anyone have questions of how you can believe, belong, and become at ABWA? Oh my goodness, y'all, who did that?
One of the things that we had in our recognition, we talked about Women of the Year. We also have our proteges. If you were proteges, raise your hand. Those are our first-year members who dug in. But one of the biggest honors in American Businesswomen's Association is called the American Businesswoman, that is going to be announced in November. As part of this group, each chapter has the ability to put a nominee for American Businesswoman forth. Our top 10 nominee amongst 34 other national nominees this year was Jay Franco. Those nominees can fill out a very long questionnaire. It is sent to Kansas City. It is submitted to local business owners not affiliated with ABWA. Those local business owners then choose the esteemed top 10 businesswomen in America. And I can say we are really honored and proud that one of the top 10 businesswomen who will be going up doing interviews as a possible American Businesswoman of the Year. This year, top 10, Jay Franco. Jay Franco now becomes as a Forever 10. It is a one-time honor. And we have other honorees who are past top 10s. Michelle Becker, what year were you? 2017, Michelle Becker. Marilyn, what year were you? 2005. And in the amazing class of 2022, Nicole Travis and Marcel Kingston. So let's have another standing ovation for 2026 top 10. So now we have another reason to come to the National Women's Leadership Conference, where she will be speaking. There will be a breakfast that you have to register for separately, and at that breakfast, they will announce, all the top 10 will speak. It's a very moving breakfast, and at the end of that breakfast, one of the 10 will be announced as the National American Businesswoman for 2026. And I can tell you, I read this application. I know you were on the short list. So congratulations, and I'll turn the mic back over to Roy. Marilyn.